Come on, Adam. Make it big.
Go back to Zach. Zach was thinking.
All right. Well, you good, Adam? I'm gonna come back. Adi.
Can you circle back?
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Adi, you're up.
Congratulations to the three of you. Being in your seats is not easy, so happy you all made it there. My question for all three of you would be, how do you find the balance when you're eliminating your allies in, making sure that you're managing your jury votes and also keeping those relationships while they're over here because you know they're going to vote you in the end, but also knowing that it's going to advance you further in the game and that you have to cut them off.
Man, I feel like you guys could work as producers here.
Yeah, that was good.
Jeez.
I can go first. You guys can go first. Okay, so I'd say like in terms of like managing jury votes and like knowing when to flip on allies. As you guys could see, I mean, there was only so many people sitting here in the jury watching those last tribal councils, but there was I think 2 or 3 votes in a row where it was like, oh, this is the hardest vote ever. We got to write somebody down, and it was all love. Even though the people got voted out, we cost them the win. It was all love on the way out. So that speaks to the social game that we all played. So I feel like in terms of that would, oh geez, let's see.
No, you got it.
I got
Makes
this.
sense.
Yep. So I mean, I feel like that was it. Just with managing the jury and managing like voting out our allies, it really got down to, okay, we love working with these people, we love playing with these people, yet who in the end is going to be a bigger threat? And like, that's no disrespect, that's not a personal attack on people. That's just like knowing when it's time to make those big moves. So that's my answer for you.
I mean, it's really hard. I feel like until you go through it once, there's no real way to like figure it out before. And I also think that people just react differently to things. So like you could try to manage and foster this like really good relationship with someone, and even if you don't even backstab them, but they get voted out, they could still be mad at you for maybe not telling them or not trying to do something else to get them out. So I think part of it is just individual reactions, but I think it's just about trying to build those relationships up. Like, Kyle, I didn't vote for you when you got voted out. I voted with you and Pags. Pags, I didn't vote for you either. Like, I really didn't want to write down the names of the people that I felt really good with. And the only one I did was Casey twice.
Like, okay.
One.
No, I know, I'm just kidding.
And I felt good about writing your name down because I felt good about our relationship. So.
Thank you. Christian?
In terms of like jury, I honestly like didn't think too much about jury votes because I feel like I came into this day just trying to be fully myself and just like gain friends, to be honest. I didn't expect to last this long, so I made sure to like befriend as many people as I could. Like I obviously we all talk game, but I also wanted to make sure like where are you guys from, like what you guys do, who knows each other here. I wanted to like know all the dynamics at play. I feel like I got to know most of you. Obviously some of you guys I didn't play with, obviously, but I would have done the same if we got to play together. But I feel like with all of you that I played, I made sure to make good personal connections, and judging from those personal connections, that's how I maneuvered my way through here. I never really thought about jury votes, genuinely thinking that I wasn't going to even be here, but I just wanted to befriend everyone. That was my goal, and I think that may be giving me jury votes, but I have no idea. You know what I mean?
All right, thank you. All right, Gabe? Gabe back there?
Yes.
Gabe?
My question is it could be for all three of you, but I think we'll start with Christian. You're all very lovely people. But Christian, who do you think does not deserve to win?
Who do I think doesn't deserve to win? I mean, I feel like this is such a cop-out answer, but obviously I think I'm gonna have to go with Colin, only because like he was only here for maybe a fourth or a fifth of the game total. Obviously he played his own game with the rest of you guys in the jury, but I mean, I feel like I and Jack fully conquered like the actual real game. And then when he came back, I used him as an asset for me. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I feel like they would be calling.
Oh, it's for all three of us. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
So your question was about. I apologize. Who doesn't deserve to win? Okay. Gee, that is tough. You know, there is certainly a good argument that people should say I don't deserve to win, because technically I wasn't here for the game. But redemption is part of the game. Like it or not, that is the rules here. I think if I had to choose somebody who does not deserve to win, oh gosh, this is tough. I'd probably have to go with Jack, because like he talked about how great everybody's social game was, and he said he found himself like standing off to the side sometimes, like really not getting involved in as many conversations. Like certainly he got where he needed to be. Certainly his social game was strong. However, it seems like there were moments where he probably could have made some more stronger moves himself. And I feel like that's why Jack probably doesn't deserve to win this game.
Jack?
I mean, I have the same Edge of Extinction Redemption Island answer. Like, it's just the way that I view the game and the way that I value what Survivor is actually surviving all the votes. And so, sorry.
No, sorry.
All right, thank you. Next up, Zach. Back to you.
I need to know. First of all, congratulations on Final 30. But I need to know what move after Final 7 you're going to stamp your name on. That was your move that you made with your alliance, but that you headed going into those votes.
That's a great
After
question.
the Final 7.
Great question. After 7.
Seventh
That's
was
my husband.
Zach, Casey, and Pags.
That you're going to stamp your name on.
I think they were just running through the 7 people that were there.
Yeah.
But that's an
I can go
excellent
first.
I
question.
think just like around that time too. Right?
So I feel like for me, my biggest decision was putting Jess into the final challenge. I feel like she played a really good game. She was amazing in the challenges. Built really good connections with people. And I felt like she was definitely going to be a big threat up here if I brought her here. And I had told her that I would bring her, but I feel like that wouldn't have been good to bring her, because I feel like she would have done really, really well up here.
All right, same question.
Same question.
I'd say the biggest move that I could have made for my game or with my allies was, I mean, it really didn't, there weren't too many opportunities to vote. There were really only 2 chances to vote. So when it came down to, I'd say just, I guess, challenges, I'd say overcoming Jess in that final 4 challenge had to have been my biggest move of the game, because I'd been counted out. I was knocked out first, I must say. So I'd say my biggest move is going into that final challenge against another person who came back from Redemption Island. So there's something to be said there. Redemption is strongly part of this game. You can't count any people out. 2 of us made it to the final challenge, and there was no way that I was going to give up that challenge. So I knew I had to make the best decision of my life to stay zoned in on that challenge, so I can be sitting here right now.
Christian.
I felt like my biggest move was saving Jess at Final 5 and getting rid of Pags. Pags pretty much confirmed to me that he would have brought Jack later on, but he didn't tell me this back then. I just gauged it from the way that I spoke to him, and I thought at the time that Pags and Jess were super aligned, and that I was Jess's number 2. And so I felt like, you know, I pretty much told, like, it happened right here in Tribal, like, as we were going to vote. I pretty much, like, through whispers and facial expressions, I told Jess, like, bro, it's gonna be you. And then I immediately was like, what if you vote off for Packers because he's about to vote you out? Because I didn't want to get rid of Jack, and I didn't want to get rid of Colin because I thought Colin was gonna be a go for top 3.
Appreciate the love, dude.
I love you though. But I pretty much spearheaded that vote in an instant, and I got Colin and Jess to vote Pags out. knowing that he wasn't gonna put me in top 3 if he had won, and I felt that then maybe Jess would have owed me for saving her, and maybe she would have brought me to top 3. We won't fully know, obviously, but I knew that he was gonna bring me to top 3, and I just would bring me top 3, so it would have given me the best chance of being here.
Did you head that vote?
100%. Like it was gonna be Jess, and then I literally like looked at Jess and I was like, they're voting you out. Let's vote out Pags.
Yeah, it would have been chaos if he didn't convince me and Colin to switch at the last minute in the middle of it.
And I mean, that vote also was so messed up because people were thinking that they were still voting for Colin. People were voting like
it was
one vote Colin, one vote Jess, and then me, us 3 voting for Pags.
Thank you. Adam, your second shot at it.
Congratulations to the 3 of you, by the way. I guess my question is for Jack. I know your name is Jack. So, going forward, at what point did you decide to pivot and vote me out?
So,
Not bitter.
Not at all, by the way.
so there was
waiting to ask
the first time that Adi got voted out. My understanding from Kyle is that you played an extra vote to get her out. I don't know if that's true or not. That was my understanding
So
from Kyle.
do you think you could have done a better job communicating at that point in time in that challenge? That's my second question. Because I
Wait.
felt like I was bottlenecked in there. So,
Finish answering the first question?
Yeah.
Let him finish
Hold
I think he still has
hold on, Jack. Continue what you were saying, and then Adam, you can finish
Sorry.
up. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, so where was I? So what
Extra
Kyle
vote.
told me about the extra vote, I feel like you were always going to be a target for me for getting her out, and that's just because of our relationship. And then what was the second question about the challenge? Can you repeat that?
do you think you could have done a better job?
So I felt like I was yelling your name, and there were a couple times that you got me. I think I got 2 pieces, and I felt like you were constantly yelling for Kyle and Pags, and when I would yell, I didn't get anything back. So I actually went to, when I got to the table with a piece, I just stayed there, and what I tried to do was yell to the other people, like, come to me, come to my voice, because I could hear another person on the other tribe doing that, and not even give you the extra headache of me standing in the middle of the field to try to get me there. I felt like I was going to be more useful staying at the table trying to direct people to come to me.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. All right. We have Kyle, and then we have Jess. That cover everybody? Good. Kyle, you're up.
Congratulations to all of you again there and answering all these tough questions. I know it's not easy. So I would like to know, what are you going to take away from today, win or lose? Like, what did you learn about yourself, or what are you taking away?
Anyone specific? Go first.
Let's start with Jack.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this already, so this is probably going to be a little bit repetitive, but I think when I think of going on actual Survivor, the idea of being placed on an island with like 20 strangers and trying to socially connect with them is like terrifying to me. And so I think this was some proof and maybe kept that dream alive a little bit, that I can connect with people that I just met and form real relationships, that we were able to work together to get to this point. So I feel like that is the biggest thing that I guess build more confidence in myself to be able to connect with people. That's what I'd say.
Thanks.
Okay,
Colin?
for me, I'd say it's about perseverance. Going in today, I was pretty confident. I knew a few people from who had played before, but I knew today was going to be a challenge. I kept on telling Mike in the lead up, like, oh, day 2 is stacked. I'd love to come and watch sometime, but thankfully I got the chance to come in and play. But for me, I took away that I can persevere through really hard things. Like, there have been moments like outside of Survivor where I've really struggled. Like, I didn't think I had what it took to make it through whatever I was going through, whether that be like personally, through work, through school, anything like that. There were times where I really doubted myself. And today, getting knocked out number 1 and having to win pretty much more redemption challenges than anybody else, that was tough. The deck was certainly stacked against me, but I learned that I can persevere through really difficult things, more than I know. So I'm going to carry that with me outside of this game, for sure.
Thanks. Christian?
So obviously I feel like people have paged me to be this like social butterfly and that like I can talk to anyone, I can befriend anyone, and I'm not like denying any of those allegations. Like I definitely am like an extrovert at heart.
I mean, that was.
I'm an extrovert. And I'm being truthful. Like I'm an extrovert at heart. I love getting to know people. I love like like this kind of environment. But I definitely have a lot of like insecurities when it comes to like making connections and things like that. Like and especially coming into a field of like a lot of like physical therapies. I mean we have the educators, which like I studied education, but like I feel like I have this such like unique sort of like background that I wasn't sure how that was gonna mesh, but I just learned that like I can persevere in this environment and that that I am that bitch.
Yeah, you
literally
are.
like still am and will be. And it rocks like kind of knowing that being here. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. 3 great answers. All right, Jess, I saved you for last since you were the last one out.
Okay, well, obviously, congratulations to you guys. You guys all worked really hard. And I don't know how anybody else hasn't said this, but we got 3 boys on the bench.
3 boys on the bench.
3 boys on the bench.
Let's go. Good job, Jess.
Because we saved you for last, Jess. We knew you'd pull
My
through.
question for you guys is, if there is, what would you have changed about how you played the game today? It could be like a specific thing, or like how you played, like your style.
Wow, these
I'll
are
start.
phenomenal questions.
I can start. It's so hard because I don't necessarily regret anything about my game, but I feel like maybe I would have played a little bit more low key. I feel like I made a big threat for myself, like especially in those last couple of tribal councils, and I felt like I was on the edge of like getting evicted, like pretty much after 7 or 6. But yeah, I think I maybe would have played it more low key, but at the same time, like being myself is what brought me here anyway. So I kind of don't really like. I don't regret anything.
For me, it would have been how to change my social strategy at the start, because I was on a tribe with people that I did not know. I wish that I had worked a little bit harder to build some stronger connections, and also I probably shouldn't have advertised that I had played this game before. But I mean, like, everybody kind of knew that I was coming in as a last second. Everybody knew that I had already played once. So if there was any way that I could have somehow kept that under wraps and tried to, like, assimilate my way in a more authentic way, I definitely was authentic all the way through. I never, like, doubted my values, my morals, anything like that. But if there was a way that I could have authentically, like, included myself at the very start so that I didn't find myself at the wrong end at the beginning, I definitely would have changed that right off the bat.
I think for the people that I didn't play as much with, I feel like I really didn't talk to and connect with, which I feel like is definitely a flaw in my game. So I think like there's times throughout the day when like we're waiting for a challenge to be set up, and like I stayed more with my group of people that I was trying to really build those connections with, and I think that might have taken a hit on some of the relationships, even just getting to know some of the other people on the other tribes, so that when we get to a point like this, like I feel like I've had conversations with everyone, which I don't know if I did.
All right. Well, with that, that was honestly the best assortment of questions I will probably ever hear. So shout out to you guys on the jury. Great job. And you guys, I mean, some of those were some really tough-headed questions, and you guys, you took them on respectfully, and you took them on with a good, attitude and answered the question honestly. So shout out to you three, because that's not an easy position. All right, you got like literally 30 seconds. Closing remarks, 30 seconds, anything you